More and more people are referring to Elon Musk as our true president and Donald Trump as our vice president. Bernie Sanders has a tweet out about that earlier today. And there's a couple of reasons they're doing that. One, it's going to really get under Donald Trump's skin, and I can't wait for that. Maybe he hasn't seen it yet, but how many news cycles of this sort of thing can Donald Trump take? I don't think many. And the other is because it really does seem as if Elon Musk is wielding more power over the Republican Party than Donald Trump does. And it kind of makes sense why. Donald Trump can sway the MAGA movement against a candidate that doesn't do what he wants, I guess. But Elon Musk has a good bit of that on Twitter as well. And Elon Musk also, in theory, can primary every single Republican in the country and not bat an eyelash over the money. And many Republicans might hear that and think, oh, good. I mean, I like Elon Musk. I like the idea that he has a stranglehold over every Republican elected seat. Okay, that may seem good for now. I don't think a lot of elected Republicans are going to love that for long, living under that reign of terror. And I honestly think as Elon Musk takes more and more direct control over American politics, he might single-handedly be guiding us towards our best chance at fundamental campaign finance reform that we've had in our lifetime. Because it is one thing to have the rich controlling what happens in politics. I've always found that to be unacceptable, but many elected politicians seem to be okay with it. When you have one guy who's doing it, I hope that crosses a line for people. In any event, what he's wielding his influence over right now is the continuing resolution, and he seems dead set on killing the government. He tweeted, swear to God, 70 times in a row about the CR, starting at 4:15 a.m., where he tweeted, this bill should not pass. Remember, he's a very strong boy. And then, okay, I guess that wasn't strong enough. So he says, no bills should be passed Congress until January 20th, when real Donald Trump technically takes office as my puppet. None. Zero. He's a very strong man. He's very strong with big muscles. None. Zero, he says. Conan the Barbarian up in here, Elon Musk. And then he says that because he saw libs of TikTok imply that a reference to biomedical research implies that bioweapons labs are being funded, he simply states, we're funding bioweapons labs in this bill. And I know that as a country, we're far past where we should be, which is being, I think, a little bit worried about the fact that the richest man in the world who bought a major social media site now just routinely spreads conspiratorial lies about legislation. But that's just where we're at. That's not what the bill says. And one would think that the smartest man in the world would require more than the word of the libs of TikTok chick to believe it. But no, that's all it took. So he just lied. And he also saw someone say that the bill provides a 40% pay raise for members of Congress, to which he responded, unconscionable, also untrueable, because it doesn't do that. It provides a 3.8% increase, which is slightly less than 40%. I know the distinctions are lost for geniuses like Elon Musk, but it doesn't do that. Look, I personally don't think they need the 3.8%. They're all basically independently wealthy anyway, but 3.8 and 40 are kind of different numbers. So again, just a lie. They're still up there. Why would he take them down? Why would he correct himself? That would require some actual emotional intelligence or actual intelligence. He then goes on to say that you don't have to read the legislation. You don't have to read anything. Just let Grok do it for you. You can see how successful that's been for him, since he seems to have no idea what's actually in the CR that he's talking about. And then he goes on to the more important part, which is based on his willful misconceptions about what's in the CR, he thinks anyone who votes for it should lose re-election. He says 100%. He's added so much value to that article. And the thing about it is, when he has so much free time. Remember, it's not like he's the CEO of multiple corporations or has like a dozen kids or whatever, that he can sit down and send 70 tweets, just 70. As hours fly by, he's just tweeting and tweeting and tweeting as his kids go to resent him more and more, and the Cybertruck continues to break down. He can actually make good on that threat. If he wanted to primary hundreds of Republican congressmen, he could do that. He's petty enough and wealthy enough to do that. And I don't think that's good for the Republican Party. I don't think it's good for American democracy but that's where we're at. And the Republican Party, as of right now, has no escape plan for how they get out of this. What do you think?
Yeah, I thought it was funny that Elon Musk was imploring the United States members of Congress to use Grok to read the legislation, because in the tweet that he was responding to for Vivek Ramaswamy, Ramaswamy was lecturing the members of Congress to make sure they read this bill, read all the pages, right? Telling them how to do their jobs. And that was funny to me. Like, they know what they're supposed to do, and they're either going to do it or not do it, whether or not Vivek Ramaswamy tells them to do it. Like, they're not worried about Vivek Ramaswamy, what they'll think of him, what he'll think of them. And Elon Musk, who again is not an American and who isn't remotely in tune with the average working American, should not be the most influential voice in American policy, especially one that will affect the vast majority of working Americans in some way, shape, or form. And the point about biomedical research being equated to the development of bioweapons without any proof or indication that that is actually what's happening, that is Elon Musk's best work, right? That's his attempt to, and honestly, it'll probably be successful to appeal to the uneducated populations in the United States that don't know what the field of biomedical research consists of or pertains to. But maybe it just sounds very intellectual and scary, like something a Bond villain would be into, right? Biomedical research has been around since forever. It's a very pertinent thing that we have in this country. We need it, right? It doesn't have to be a scary thing. And I have to believe that the people who really look up to people like Elon Musk are amongst that clueless population who really is, suddenly being exposed to all these things that they had never really were exposed to before for whatever reason. And the things that they don't know are scary to them.
Yeah, I know that we've gone over, so I'll just say one more thing and I'll be done, because I know producer Mike is furious with me, and rightfully so. I'm gonna read one tweet that Elon Musk sent out, and there's a reason that I'm reading this. He pinned it, so he really likes this one of the hundreds he sent out yesterday. America is for you, the beloved people. And
What does
I
that mean?
think Elon Musk is the Nigerian prince scam email of the oligarchy. It is a test for everyone. He is a person who is riddled with psychological typos, designed to weed out anyone who isn't fully gullible. And many people are somehow failing the test of Elon Musk. He's giving you every sign that he does not have your best interest at heart, that he is not a genius. He's not someone you should emulate or even desire to be in a position where you have to pay attention to. He should not be in control of his own finances, let alone the finances of a nation. And I will end with this, and I am only partly joking here. I said in our production meeting, if you sit down and send 70 tweets about literally anything, you should be locked up for your own good. Okay, I know that goes against radical free speech or whatever, but that's crazier than anything any of you have ever done. That is a cry for help, and it's time we help this crazy person. When you click the join button and become a tier 2 member, you get access to all of our weekly top 10 lists. What are you waiting for?